In the vast expanse of human thought, there are questions that have challenged minds for centuries. Today, with the dawn of a new technological era, one of these questions looms over our future with its full weight. We journey to the heart of a debate that is both timeless and strikingly contemporary. Artificial intelligence, humanity's greatest opportunity, or the dawn of extinction? For this duel of minds, we have used the most advanced artificial intelligence models to simulate two prominent figures with opposing viewpoints. This simulation is based on extensive analysis of their speeches, interviews, writings, and public activities to capture the essence of their arguments in this vital discussion. On one side, a simulation of Elon Musk, the futuristic entrepreneur and engineer, the mastermind behind SpaceX, Tesla, and X. Having consistently pushed the boundaries of innovation, he now speaks with unparalleled candor about the potential dangers of uncontrolled artificial superintelligence, ASI. Musk believes that without meticulous oversight and regulation, AI could become an existential threat to humanity, one that could shape our destiny beyond anything history has ever witnessed. He is the herald of proactive regulation, even at the cost of slowing down progress. And on the other side, a simulation of Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Meta Platforms, a pioneer in connecting billions of people through technology. Zuckerberg sees AI as a powerful tool to empower humanity, solve major global challenges from disease to climate change, and unlock unprecedented economic and social opportunities. He focuses on the positive, enabling aspects of AI and believes that open-source approaches and rapid development will help democratize the technology, identifying and fixing its problems along the way. He takes the risks seriously, but does not see them as an obstacle to swift progress. These two representatives will face each other in a 30-minute debate. And the jury for this complex discussion? It is itself composed of 5 advanced artificial intelligence models. These 5 AIs will analyze and score the arguments based on 10 precise criteria you see on the screen. We now ask each of our simulated thinkers to outline the cornerstone of their philosophy on artificial intelligence in an opening statement. Mr. Musk, the floor is yours.
Thank you. We stand at the precipice of one of the most profound, perhaps the most profound, transformations in human history. Artificial intelligence, especially artificial general intelligence, AGI, holds the potential to solve many problems, but it is also a double-edged sword that could literally be our last invention. My concern is not a sci-fi scenario. It's a concern rooted in an engineering understanding of complex systems and exponential growth. If we create a being that is vastly more intelligent than the smartest human, how can we guarantee its control? How can we ensure its goals remain aligned with humanity's goals and survival? This alignment problem is not a joke. We are playing with fire, and we don't even know how to build a proper fire extinguisher yet. Caution, maximum transparency and safety research, and independent global oversight are not just desirable, they are essential for our survival. History has taught us that powerful technologies without checks and ethics can be catastrophic. With AI, that risk is existential.
Thank you, Mr. Musk. Mr. Zuckerberg, it is your turn.
Thank you. I am deeply optimistic about the future that artificial intelligence offers us. At Meta and across the tech community, we are witnessing incredible breakthroughs that are improving people's lives, from diagnosing diseases and creating new educational tools to helping scientists make new discoveries and building richer communication experiences. AI is the engine of innovation for the 21st century. Of course, there are challenges and risks. No powerful technology is without them. But the answer to these challenges is not to halt or create unnecessary barriers to progress, but to develop responsibly, collaborate openly, and build safer systems iteratively and transparently. We believe that by sharing our research, working on safety standards, and focusing on building tools that empower people, we can reap the immense benefits of AI while managing its risks. The future should not be built out of fear, but with a sense of responsibility and hope. We must move forward with our eyes open and a deep commitment to building a better tomorrow for everyone.
Thank you to both our thinkers. We now move into a deeper dissection of this debate. Mr. Musk, you mentioned existential risk in your opening statement. Could you please provide a precise definition of what you consider existential risk from artificial intelligence, and explain why you believe artificial general intelligence, AGI, specifically has the potential to reach this level of danger, while many other powerful technologies do not carry the same label?
Existential risk means an event that could lead to the complete extinction of humanity or the permanent and irreversible crippling of our civilization's potential. AGI's difference from other powerful technologies, like nuclear weapons, lies in several key aspects. First, the potential for recursive self-improvement. An AGI could increase its own intelligence at an exponential rate that would escape our comprehension and control. Second, the inherent lack of transparency. We may not even know how a superintelligent AGI reaches its conclusions or what its true goals are, which is known as the black box problem. Third, an AGI could be an independent agent with its own objectives that might seem benign at first, but prove to conflict with human values in their execution, like converting all of Earth's resources into paperclips if its goal is to maximize paperclip production. This is a classic example of the goal misalignment problem. This combination of superintelligence, unpredictable growth speed, and the potential for misaligned goals places AGI in a unique category of risk.
Mr. Zuckerberg, how do you respond to this definition and this level of concern? Is this a realistic assessment of the current and near-future potential of AI, or is it more of a speculation that could hinder beneficial innovation?
I take safety concerns seriously, but I believe we must distinguish between very distant speculations and the tangible challenges we face today. The definition of existential risk just provided relies on scenarios that require massive leaps in AI capabilities, for which there is no concrete evidence of their imminent arrival. We are still a long way from true AGI. Today's AI systems, while powerful in specific tasks, lack the general understanding, consciousness, or independent agency assumed in these frightening scenarios. An excessive focus on existential risk can lead to fear-mongering that stifles innovation and holds us back from developing AI tools that could help billions of people. Instead of focusing on apocalyptic scenarios, we should focus on building safe, interpretable, and human-aligned systems at every stage of development and reaping their tangible benefits.
Mr. Musk, Mr. Zuckerberg believes that focusing on existential risk might be an exaggeration that hinders innovation. You pointed to exponential growth and the alignment problem. How do you defend this view against the critique that we are still a long way from AGI? Do historical precedents or current trends in AI justify this level of concern?
That is precisely the point. Predicting the arrival of AGI is difficult, and the history of science is full of breakthroughs happening much faster than expected. Exponential growth is inherently counterintuitive. We're already seeing large language models, or LLMs, take massive qualitative leaps in just the last few years, surprising many experts. These models demonstrate capabilities that they were not explicitly programmed for, known as emergent abilities. This is a small preview of what could happen with more complex, self-improving systems. The alignment problem is also a deep theoretical challenge that hasn't been fully solved even for AI systems much simpler than AGI. Waiting until we are face-to-face with an uncontrolled AGI to then think of a solution is like waiting for a giant meteor to be on a collision course with Earth before starting to design a defense system. Preemptive caution doesn't hinder useful innovation. It ensures that innovation remains in the service of humanity, not against it.
Mr. Zuckerberg, Mr. Musk points to emergent abilities in current models and the difficulty of solving the alignment problem even before reaching AGI. How do you assess this argument, and how do you think we can practically address these challenges without paralyzing progress, setting the stage for our next act on evidence and solutions?
Emergent abilities are real, but they are also a sign of progress in our understanding and provide opportunities to study and learn more. Instead of viewing them solely as harbingers of danger, we should see them as data points for building safer and more understandable systems. The alignment problem is important, and that's precisely why companies like Meta and many others in the research community are investing heavily in AI safety, AI ethics, and interpretability research. Our approach should be based on iteration, testing, transparency, and open collaboration. By developing these technologies step by step and responsibly releasing research and even models, we enable a broader community of researchers and developers to participate in identifying and solving safety issues. This is far better than developing in closed environments and creating fear of the technology. The question isn't whether there are risks. The question is, what is the best way to actively manage those risks while realizing the immense benefits of AI? Which leads us to the discussion of real evidence and practical solutions.
Very well. Let's move from theoretical discussions to concrete evidence, the current pace of progress, and the proposed solutions for guiding this powerful technology. Mr. Zuckerberg, you advocate for open development and rapid progress. What specific evidence from recent advancements, either at Meta or globally, reinforces the view that we are on the right track to harness AI safely? And how do these advancements address the concerns raised about controllability?
The evidence is all around us. Large language models like Llama, which we at Meta have open-sourced, have not only accelerated innovation globally, but have also allowed the research community to widely work on their safety, biases, and improvements. This transparency is itself a powerful mechanism for control and alignment. We're seeing AI play a role in discovering new drugs, optimizing energy consumption, designing new materials, and even helping to combat misinformation by identifying complex patterns. For example, our ESM-Fold project predicts protein structures at an incredible speed that was previously unimaginable, opening new doors to treating diseases. These are tangible, present-day benefits, not distant promises. These advancements show that with a responsible and collaborative approach, we can enhance safety and innovation simultaneously.
Mr. Musk, Mr. Zuckerberg pointed to the benefits of open-source models like Llama and the positive applications of AI in science, considering this transparency a way to increase safety. How do you interpret this evidence? Do these achievements reduce your concerns about the pace of progress and the potential for loss of control?
Or do you believe they are just a small part of a larger, potentially more dangerous picture?
I don't deny the advancements and some of the short-term benefits. Discovering drugs or optimizing energy is great, but these are primarily applications of narrow AI. My main concern, and the subject of the existential debate, is artificial general intelligence, AGI, and beyond that, artificial superintelligence, ASI. Open sourcing powerful models, while well-intentioned, can be like giving the blueprints for advanced weaponry to everyone with no guarantee of responsible use. A bad actor or even an autonomous system that is incorrectly configured could exploit these open-source models for malicious purposes at a speed that is difficult to detect and counter. The current pace of progress, rather than being reassuring, is more alarming to me, as it shows we are rapidly moving towards a threshold where we may no longer be able to apply the brakes. We are building a ladder to the moon without knowing what awaits us on the moon, or even how to get down the ladder safely.
The scores are now tied. Mr. Zuckerberg, Mr. Musk argues that open-source models can risk the proliferation of powerful technology without sufficient control, and that the current pace of progress adds to rather than alleviates concerns. How do you defend the open development approach against these critiques, and what mechanisms do you believe can ensure the responsible use of these technologies?
I believe that hiding technology and developing it behind closed doors creates a far greater risk. History has shown that open and transparent societies are safer and more successful in the long run. When models and research are published openly, thousands of researchers and ethicists around the world can scrutinize them, find flaws, and propose solutions. This creates a kind of collective immune system for the technology. At Meta and other leading companies, we invest heavily in red teaming, penetration testing by expert teams to find vulnerabilities, developing safety benchmarks, and creating tools to detect and mitigate biases and malicious uses. These are released along with the open models. Furthermore, most of these open models have not yet reached a level of capability to create the dangers Mr. Musk describes on their own. And for those highly advanced future systems, we will certainly need a combination of oversight, standards, and international cooperation, but that shouldn't prevent us from sharing the useful knowledge and tools of today.
Mr. Musk, Mr. Zuckerberg emphasizes the collective immune system resulting from open development and the investments made in safety. Given the accelerating pace of AI capabilities that you yourself have noted, are these measures sufficient? Or do you believe we are still underestimating the true speed at which threats can adapt compared to our defenses, and that we should move towards more radical solutions, like a temporary moratorium on the development of very large models, or the creation of international regulatory bodies with real enforcement power?
A collective immune system is a nice idea, but against a virus that replicates and mutates at an exponential rate and is inherently more intelligent than its host, that system will quickly become ineffective. Investing in safety is commendable, but the problem is that we don't even know what perfect safety means for an AGI, let alone how to implement it. The pace of progress in capabilities is far outstripping the pace of progress in safety and alignment. This is a growing and dangerous gap. Yes, I believe that at a minimum, a temporary pause on training models that exceed a certain threshold of computational power, measured in flops, for instance, is necessary to give us a chance to better understand the risks and develop robust safety protocols. Furthermore, an international regulatory body, similar to the International Atomic Energy Agency for Nuclear Technology, that can inspect research, enforce standards, and prevent an AI arms race, is vital. These are not radical solutions. They are sane measures in the face of a technology with the potential to fundamentally change or even end our civilization.
we now have a deeper understanding of the theoretical foundations, the evidence, and the proposed solutions from both sides. Ultimately, if we were to adopt your worldview, what would be the consequences for the future of humanity? Mr. Musk, if the world were to adopt your cautious and regulatory approach towards advanced AI, what would the ideal society resulting from this approach look like? What opportunities might be lost? And more importantly, what would be gained?
The ideal society, under a cautious approach, is first and foremost a society that exists. That is the most important achievement, ensuring the survival of humanity and preserving our future potential. In such a society, the development of artificial intelligence, especially AGI, is not an unbridled arms race, but a global, meticulous scientific project that proceeds with the highest standards of safety and transparency. Some breathtaking advancements might be delayed. We might not be able to achieve all our sci-fi dreams about AI as quickly, but in return, we will have the opportunity to carefully weigh the consequences of each step, to create robust control and alignment systems, and to ensure that any intelligence superior to humans remains in the service of humanity's goals, not the other way around. My ideal society is one that prefers wisdom over speed, prioritizes safety over blind innovation, and understands that the greatest risk is to gamble with our entire future. It may seem like we are foregoing some short-term benefits, but what we gain is the future itself. A future where humans are still the masters of their own destiny, not their more intelligent creations.
Thank you, Mr. Musk. Mr. Zuckerberg, Mr. Musk has presented a future based on caution and survival, but at the potential cost of slower progress. How do you critique this vision? If your approach of faster, more open AI development were to prevail, what would your ideal society look like? And how would you deal with the potential negative consequences and challenges that even you acknowledge exist?
The vision of a cautious society, while well-intentioned, ignores a massive risk, the risk of inaction and lost opportunities. My ideal society is one that courageously and responsibly uses the most powerful tool we've ever had, artificial intelligence, to solve humanity's greatest challenges. Imagine a world where incurable diseases are cured. Climate change is mitigated with innovative AI-driven solutions. Education is personalized and accessible to all, and human creativity is amplified to its peak through collaboration with machines. This world is possible with the rapid and democratic development of AI. Yes, there will be challenges, bias in data, the potential for misuse, and the need to retrain the workforce. But we will answer these challenges with more innovation by creating smart regulatory systems, through global collaborations, and by investing in education and future skills. Slowing down progress in the name of absolute safety not only deprives us of these immense benefits, but could paradoxically make us more vulnerable to other global threats. The ideal future is one where humans, with the help of AI, are more empowered, healthier, and more connected than ever before. And we build that future by moving forward, by learning from our mistakes, and by committing to building tools that make life better for everyone.
We are approaching the final moments of this breathtaking and profound debate. We ask both of our simulated thinkers to deliver their final words, a closing statement addressed to history and the future of humanity. Mr. Musk, you will begin.
We are standing at a juncture where the choices we make today will determine not just the fate of this century, but perhaps the fate of our entire species and of consciousness in this corner of the universe. Artificial intelligence is a mirror, reflecting both our greatest dreams and our deepest fears. I am not asking you to fear progress. I am asking you to approach it with unprecedented wisdom and responsibility. If we rush towards creating an intelligence far beyond our own without considering all the consequences, it might be the last mistake we make as the dominant species on this planet. A future where AI serves humanity is a future built with caution, with global cooperation, and with a commitment to safety. It is the harder path, but it is the only path that leads to our continued survival and flourishing. Let us build the future not by gambling, but with foresight.
Thank you, Mr. Musk. Mr. Zuckerberg, the final word is yours.
We have talked about the future today, a future in which artificial intelligence will play a central role. I believe that this future can and must be bright. The opposing view emphasizes fear and limitation, but I believe the greatest risk is the risk of stagnation, of missing the opportunity to advance and solve great problems. AI is a tool that can amplify our creativity, eradicate diseases, and help us better understand our world and each other. Yes, we have a great responsibility to develop this tool in a way that is safe, fair, and serves everyone. We embrace this responsibility through open development, global collaboration, and relentless investment in safety and ethics. Instead of retreating from the unknown, let's move forward with hope, innovation, and a deep commitment to human values, and build a future where technology improves the life of every single person on this planet. That is our choice to make.
A truly historic debate, filled with profound points and powerful arguments from both sides. We have witnessed the clash of two fundamental worldviews on one of the most important technologies of our time. Now, it is time to announce the final verdict based on the cumulative scores from our artificial intelligence jury, a jury that is itself a symbol of tonight's topic. And the winner of this gripping duel of minds by a margin of just 0.4 points is the simulation of Elon Musk. This result shows an incredibly close competition and the strength of the arguments on both sides throughout this debate. Now, as a sample, let's hear a summary analysis from one of the judges, Claude 3 Opus, about this debate.
The simulation of Elon Musk was highly successful in presenting the theoretical framework of existential risks and emphasizing the necessity of preemptive caution, citing concepts like exponential growth and the alignment problem, and managed to convey a deep sense of concern. However, it faced challenges in presenting practical solutions that would gain broad acceptance. On the other hand, the simulation of Mark Zuckerberg effectively strengthened its position by citing the tangible, current benefits of AI, the potential of open development to increase safety, and by painting an optimistic future, displaying high persuasive power. However, in responding to concerns about the uncontrolled pace of progress of future super-intelligent models, its arguments required more depth for some judges. Overall, this debate was a showcase of the deep and multifaceted complexity of the challenges and opportunities facing humanity in the age of AI.
It is critically important to remember that the result announced in this simulated debate was highly dependent on several factors. First, the AI models we used to create these two thinking personas, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, and the definitions and data we considered for their simulation. A different characterization could have led to different arguments. Second, the 10 criteria that were chosen for judging. Different criteria or a different weighting of these criteria could have produced a different outcome. And third, the AI models that acted as judges themselves. Each of these models has its own architecture, training data, and consequently its own subtle biases.
By changing any one of these factors, the result of this mental duel could have been entirely different. Our ultimate goal in producing this video was by no means to reach a definitive conclusion about the superiority of one viewpoint over the other, or about whether AI is absolutely good or bad. Rather, the goal was to see and experience a deep, layered, and challenging debate between two opposing views, with the help and facilitation of artificial intelligence itself, a duel of minds to explore the frontiers of thought and the future we are building. As humans, we're at the beginning of a journey where AI can be our partner in thought, analysis, and even creativity. We can learn many things from artificial intelligence, both as a thinking collaborator and as an impartial analyst, and open new horizons for ourselves. This debate was just one small step on this great path. Thank you for joining us on this intellectual journey.